So, what's your name?
طارق.
Tariq?
Yes.
All right, Tariq. If you have a couple words to describe Lebanon, how would you describe it?
Booming.
Okay. لا مين عنده رأي هيك في هيك بدي يعبر عن حياته.
هو
انت
هو بيحب هيك يعبر.
اوكي اوكي هيك بس هيك جملة صغيرة هيك كلمة صغيرة للعالم مع behind the camera.
اوكي بس هيك جملة.
زي اوكي
يلا.
اوكي لك انا I'm with شو اسمك؟
اول شيء الي لو ام وفيف لو ليبان.
وي فيف لو بون. اوكي
فيف لو ليبان.
اوكي اذا عندك انت جملة
يعيش لبنان.
نعم اوكي
يعيش لبنان.
صح ما هيدا هي السؤال اذا عندك انت جملة تعبر فيها هي لبنان شو بتقول عن لبنان وكيف هي الحياة وكل شيء؟
يا عمي وين ما بتروح هيدا احلى بلد بالعالم خلص انسيه انسى
وين هيك انسى الموضوع.
لونج ليف لبنان
long live Lebanon.
خلص هي
وبإذن الله يخلي لنا اياك يا رب. ميرسي كثير على الانترفيو. هاي كيفك؟ بدك تكوني بالانترفيو معنا؟ You look very nice by the way. Yeah.
I'm good. I'm just waiting for some friends.
Okay. Would like if I ask you what do you think about Lebanon?
Lebanon is the best country in the world صراحة. Yes. Lebanon is the best country in the world. ما حيتغير حتى لو شو ما صار فيه بضلوا أحسن بلد.
كيف الشباب اليوم طيبة؟ ليك إذا عندك هيك جملة تعبر فيها هي لبنان كبلد شو بتعبر فيها عن لبنان؟
صعب السؤال. أنا ماني ساكن هون.
أنت عندك رأي شيء؟ أنا؟ حاب تحكي؟ يلا احكي.
شو السؤال رجع؟
إذا عندك جملة تعبر فيها لبنان كبلد شو بتعبر؟
بجملة واحدة لبنان ليك لبنان بلد بيحلموا الكون بيحلم فيه يقعد فيه يعني حتى انه بيكون في بلدان كتير حلوة وكتير عظيمة في كتير قصص حلوة فيها بس ما بعرف سبحان الله لبنان هيك عجيبة ما بعرف أنا مثلا كرأي شخصي ما بترك لبنان
قولك بيرجع لبنان على الحالة اللي كانت قبل انه بالسبعينات كانوا يسموها باريس الميدل ايست. قولك بيرجع بهيك حالة؟
بالمحبة بيرجع.
إذا عندك كم كلمة تعبر فيها لبنان كيف تعبر لبنان؟
كيف بدي اعبر عن لبنان يعني؟ من اي ناحيه؟
بجملة هيك كم كلمة؟
جمله ازفت بلد بالعالم.
Okay. How you doing, bro? If you were to describe Lebanon in a couple words, how would you describe it?
I would describe it as a place where you miss your space, but then you find your place, and every time you have no place, you come back to your place.
You know what? I relate to that a lot. So where are you? Have you ever been to a place other than Lebanon?
Related anyway, no? Together, we're all brothers and sisters somehow, or some.
What's your name?
Julian.
All right, brother. How's it going?
Mariana.
All right.
Mariana.
So where are you from?
Brazil.
Brazil. Okay. So
Hey? No. Não é possível, gente.
all right, Mariana. Okay, with you being from Brazil and coming to Lebanon. Okay. Listen. Okay, with you being from Brazil coming to Lebanon, how would you describe Lebanon on your first day with a couple of words?
Magical.
Magical.
Yes.
Would you elaborate on that?
Of course. Just the food. Amazing. One of the best ever. I already knew that because I've always had Lebanese food in my life, but not from here, the original one. Also the people. Everyone here has been so welcoming, so kind, and also I have my greatest friend here, Michelle, which is like the angel from Lebanon that I have. Just the view. You have the beach, you have the mountains, you have everything in one small country. The nightlife.
So is your overall view of Lebanon a positive view or a negative?
Sure, completely positive. Completely positive. I obviously know all the problems, but as in everywhere, as in the world, that has problems as well. But it's completely positive, and I'm very happy to be here. And yes, I'm very looking forward to the next days as well.
Last question. Last question. Are you single?
Yes.
Can I get your number? Can I get your number?
Oh my God. I didn't know they were so direct here as well. Okay, why not?
All right, all right. Yo, what's your name?
Namir.
Namir? All right, Namir. If you have a couple words to describe Lebanon, how would you describe it?
It's where I was born. I love it. It's home.
So how would you compare Lebanon to from when you were born to now?
It's going downhill.
How was it to describe to people?
I was born in 1989, and the 90s were like, I would say, growth. It was a growth period for Lebanon. So everything was like improving. Our GDP was.
How is it now?
Now it's going downhill. Every year it's even worse. I lost some friends and during the explosion.
What do you think that's due to?
Corruption. I think it's somewhere. It's because of us that all this is happening.
Who's responsible?
All of us, jointly.
For voting people that are not responsible?
Yes, the way we vote, the way we tolerate corruption, we coexist with all these. I would say. I think it's, at some point I ask myself if maybe it's cultural as well.
Pardon? Okay. All right. Hi. If you have a couple words to describe Lebanon, how would you describe it?
Lebanon is home, and it's everything to me. Whenever I need to resource myself, I come here.
So, would you say that Lebanon is a place where you find peace and just, come to terms with yourself as a person?
I come back to my original self because when I'm outside, I have to adapt to another culture. But I don't find peace here.
Where are you from?
I'm from Lebanon, but I live in Paris. But I don't find peace, but I find my original self, and I love it.
So, how do you compare Paris to Lebanon?
Uncomparable. Lebanon is home. Paris is just a phase. That's it, Anna.
Work life compared to like home?
What?
So, would you consider Paris as like a job considered to Lebanon as home?
Yeah. Paris is just a phase, a job that I just want to go through and then come back here.
Hi. Yeah, no, it's good, it's good. Hey, so if you have a couple words to describe Lebanon as a country, how would you describe it?
Chaotic, beautiful, and
Why do you think that?
it's chaotic because political commotion and everyone's just like ما حدا عارف شو بده. There's so many problems, but it's beautiful at the same time because somehow we managed to live through all of this.
Do you think it's a beautiful irony?
Yeah, I do. I really do.
So, what's your name?
Tariq. Yes.
All right, Tariq, if you have a couple words to describe Lebanon, how would you describe it?
Booming.
Booming. All right, in what way?
And everyone is here right now. If you call all the pubs, all the restaurants, everywhere it's full. And it's doing very well till now. Hopefully it can sustain.
Do you think our only industry in Lebanon is tourism?
Right now, no. But there's no stability right now. But I feel like tourists are trying to push as much as possible. Not only tourists, people that live outside and they come here. And for example, I live in Dubai and I come here. This is a boost for the economy, for sure.
What do you think? What do you think as Lebanon, as a country, as a whole, like as the people, the geography, as a people?
It's the best country. I'm saying it. I live in.
Why do you think it's the best country?
I live in Dubai and I also travel in Europe and US. You don't find the spirit like in Beirut and Lebanon. ما فيها nature. All the other countries artificial. It's man-made. Here, man, it's really the spirit. Go down the streets. I'm sure you interviewed so many people. It's so the vibe. You don't find this vibe elsewhere, bro.
What do you think is the difference between a country like France and a city like Paris, between a country like Lebanon and a city like Beirut?
It's people and the service, but mainly it's people and the weather.
What are the people like in Lebanon compared to Paris?
People are warm, and in Paris people are like just robots. But here, like, you can feel the human-sided people, even though they're in shit, but you can feel it.
Would you say people here are more, they have more humility than people in France?
Yeah, definitely, because they know what others are going through, and they want to help each other because we're all in the same shit. But people are warm. Really, it's the warmth.
What was your name again?
Natasha.
Thank you for the interview.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Video.
I'm not sure if it's like this during winter, maybe you know, but I believe there's a huge potential in Lebanon.
Do you- I think the same, to be honest. I think we as Lebanese people have a lot of humility and we're able to communicate with people a lot in an effective way. So, do you have any closing words?
Keep grinding, keep hustling. I respect it. Well, give me your YouTube channel. I'm gonna subscribe. Khalas. Take care, man. I respect people like you, Saraha. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
We have tourists.
All right, where are you guys from? Swiss. All right. So, a lot of our politicians are keeping their money in your banks. What do you think about that?
It's great. We're happy to keep it.
Getting a lot of interest. All right. Do you think we should revolt against these dictators?
Theoretically, yes.
Do you think Lebanon can make a comeback in a couple decades?
Of course, of course. We're not the only country that is passing by tough times. You know, we had Europe passed by two world wars. You know, you have other countries that passed by worse than us. They have much bigger economies and they need much more resources to rectify all this. I think of course, we have hope. I'm sure we can do a lot more to improve it, to make it faster. But I will always have hope that Lebanon is going to come back on track, I would say.
Any closing words?
I just love this country and I hope... Well, I'm now in interview. Okay. Love you, bro. Bye.
So overall, you love Lebanon?
Overall, I love Lebanon. I will always have hope. I will do whatever it takes to help my country.
تبع السبعينات هذه illusion انه كلنا كنا عايشين فيها انه كنا عايشين بالجولدن ايرا بس ما بحسوا هالشيء كان مزبوط لان ما بحس انه ولا مره كان لبنان بلد مش انه مرتب بلد فيه كل شيء رايتس للانسان او بلد بيحترم الانسان انه
If you have a couple words to describe Lebanon, how would you describe it?
punished country.
It's somehow we're on the brink of poverty, but somehow we managed to live through this and be able to handle situations we're in.
If you know what I'm saying. كتير سكران ايه خلاص اوكي calculated chaos in the sense that قد ما في خرا can I speak in Arabic or it's more of a country where you can do whatever the fuck you want, no one's gonna say anything about it. It's good and it's bad because you know when you do whatever you want there's always gonna be some bad, but
Would you say it's a country where you can get away with a lot of things?
you do get away. It's not you can. You do. People get away with a shit ton of things. You can do whatever you want. No one's gonna ask anything.
Do you think that's part of the vice of Lebanon, being able to get away with things that nations in like Europe or USA can't get away with?
It is, and that's what you know kept Lebanon in the lower part of the countries, and a lot of people are still trying. We adapt very quickly.
How do you think we fix this?
Just the new generation. Honestly, it's just the new generation. You have to, you know, start with.
Do you think Lebanon is a dynasty? Should we remove this dynasty that's currently up there?
We should. Dynasty is a big, heavy word. It's not a dynasty, but it's more like it's controlled by a big chunk of superficial dumbasses. Sorry for the word. But
okay. Any closing words to describe your experience in Lebanon as a person so far? How many times have you visited? Like, you know, any closing words?
We lived in these streets. Our school is just 2 minutes away.
For anybody asking that's a foreigner, how would you describe it to them?
It's not a desert.
There's no fucking camels here, that's for sure. And definitely give it a try before you assume shit. So yeah, any last words?
Thank you for this interview.
The Lebanese people are probably some of the best people. The generosity, the love, and the family spirit that you have with anyone, even though they're complete strangers, you're still gonna have this family and loving feeling and atmosphere around you, even though you're talking to a complete stranger. It's just the love that we give without even noticing. It's just embedded in our DNA, if you know what I'm.
What was your names?
Steph.
Matteo.
Thank you guys for being here. All right, we're all a bunch of degenerates, right? Okay. If you have a couple of words to describe Lebanon as a country, how do you describe it?
I'd say it's like complex, maybe. Yeah. Because
Why is it complex?
Because we got used to everything. You go back home and there's no electricity, but you're used to it. And there's the smell on the streets. You get used to it. But I mean, we still find a way to live with it, you know?
Do you think we're professional copers?
Yeah, in a way, yes. I think we can make the best out of the shittiest things in Lebanon.
Mafia, بس.
How would you describe Lebanon?
Mafia.
Who's the mafia?
I'm not trying to get killed. I'm not gonna say a word.
I can blur your face if you want to.
No, I'm good. I'm good. No names.
No names, just groups, yeah? Well, this is awkward. All right. All right. So, fuck, man. I don't know. I'm fumbling.
I mean, you could talk about the future when you're gonna be a big YouTuber and you're gonna watch this vid again, and yeah. That's too crazy. Yeah, I'm out.
خلاص عيري فيكم كسفتم بعيري يلا ايه الله معكم عيري بشكل